Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 16th to the 28th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before I begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again, a reminder not to be fooled by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me offering you a reading. That person is not me. I will not be soliciting you for anything, and that is a scam, so don't be scammed. Now, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Now let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Gemini, February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading, and show me clearly. Fantastic. Now let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Gemini, February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we have dreams, which is the third eye chakra. We have grounding, which is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below your feet. Oh, goodness, I'm setting them in the wrong place. There we go. And then finally, we have rebirth, again, the Earth Star chakra. All right, fantastic. Much better. All right, now let's look at the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Not the people, the energy you need to be mindful of. It can, be one person in particular that you need to be mindful of, but it's going to be the energy. So when I say earth sign energy or, Scorpio or, Aquarius, it doesn't mean that it has to be exactly that sign. It's going to be those personality traits that you need to be mindful of. And this is going to be more focusing on the negative. Okay. So what are the people what is the energy that Gemini has to be mindful of? February 16th to the 28th, 2021. Gemini. What is the energy Gemini has to be mindful of? February 16th to the 28th, 2021. Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So we have here Freyalt, which is temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. Then we have the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And finally, we have Scorpio energy with the Death card. October 23rd to November 22nd is the time frame. Yeah, here. And with Sagittarius, it's the time frame right after Scorpio, so it's November 22nd to December 21st. So we're going to get into that energy in just a moment, but I want to see what the tarot has to say. So the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So we have here the Six of Air, the Six of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then Justice, Libra energy coming through. September 23rd to October 22nd being the time frame of Libra. And that's very interesting that Libra, Scorpio, it's Libra, Scorpio, and then Sagittarius. So you have that falling in alignment time frame. So there's going to be something here that draws you to this energy. So just be mindful of that. And again, we'll get into it in just a moment. The Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. You have Cancer energy, June 21st to July 22nd coming forward. If you are a Gemini born on the cusp with Cancer, this is going to be astoundingly powerful for you. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Swords. The repeat of the number 9 shows you're coming very close to a completion of a cycle. You have the Seven of Swords right here. The Messenger, the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles. And you have the Fool, so a new journey. But there's something here that's really going to be holding you back. I laugh just a little bit because it's like, wow, okay, there's going to be this sense here of I'm not ready to give up the fight. But what divinity is saying is that if you kind of step away, if you step out of the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the fear of how others will feel, or, you kind of have to carry something for somebody else, or you can't speak your truth because it puts somebody in a negative light. It's like, okay, that's good, you're being compassionate, but you also have to embrace your truth. And during this time here, Gemini, that is going to be so important for you because you're dealing with a lot of deceits. You're dealing with a lot of lies. And I'm just seeing here in Taoism, they say this and that is true. So when you are, kind of meditating and looking at things, it's like when you awaken, you can see that, yes, there are two sides to the coin. There are so many different ways of looking at things. There's not just one right path. But there is the sense of, yes, I can see the many different sides of the story, but what is my truth? Where do I stand? What is my awakening? And that's going to be a very important place for you to stand during this time. Because as a Gemini, you see all the different sides of the story, and you're really being embraced here with the chakra energy of the third eye and the earth star chakra, of really seeing things in a very different way than other people do. Your dreams are going to be very vivid. If you don't dream, I had somebody in the comment box, I can't remember which one it was, but they said that, I said, I don't dream, I just never have. And I remember in school being told, oh, you have to dream or else you'd be dead, you just don't remember it. And they said B6 was what I was deficient in. So I started taking, my B vitamins, which I had, I go on and off with them. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, religiously. And it has made a difference. There is a deeper depth to sleep. But so B and vitamin D, I'll link a thing that I was looking at in the description box below. So important to your sleep, so important to your body. So thank you guys. You guys are changing my life most definitely for the better. And so here with the third eye chakra, with the awakening into the self, with the walking into dreams, but also embracing your dreams, embracing, what needs to be seen, and not saying, oh, I'm making too much out of something, or oh, I'm just being silly, or oh, this isn't right. It's like this is my truth. This is where I stand. This is who I am. These are the doors that are opening, and this is my brilliance. And you're opening up that world to you. And with your third eye opening, you're going to see that your angels and your spirit guides speak to you a lot, especially during your dreams, during the time you sleep. So here, it's like, make sure you rest. And that's going to be if you're not used to really conversing with your angels and your spirit guides, because spirit is saying, here, we talk to you all the time anyway. So these are going to be in those moments where you can think, oh, I'm daydreaming, or oh, my mind just gets to wander. But you get a really good idea. Or you're like, oh, maybe this, or you're looking at things and you're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. That's the time when your angels and your spirit guides are absolutely connecting to you. So just be very aware of that, because it's really quite beautiful. The grounding, look at how you're planting yourselves within your nutrients, okay, within your earth. I always see the earth star chakra as being this little golden light that every time we put down our foot on the earth, it shines, it shines into us. And so here, you can also think of whenever you're sitting, standing, whatever you're doing, you have that connection to the earth, pulling you forward, or grounding you, rooting you, but it's also helping you to develop, helping you to have the strength to keep moving forward in what you want. Make sure that you're feeding yourself properly. Now, that is with foods most definitely, and drinks, but also vitamin-wise and health-wise. Make sure that the soil that you are planting yourself in is rich. And then also make sure that the soil that you are planting yourself in, when it comes to other people, when it comes to the energies that you're surrounding yourself with, are high in nutrients, not people who are, they just don't care and they just drain your energy and they're in chaos themselves. So here you're looking at your earth star chakra. You're looking at the way you ground yourself, and you're kind of looking at that as a very sacred, very beautiful thing. And it leads you to this rebirth. And the rebirth is going to be a little bit of a challenge during this time, because you're going to want it to be so much more logical than it is. And you're going to want it to have so much more reason than it does. The rebirth is coming because you're ready for it. Or because, you're becoming close to being ready. Some of you aren't quite there yet. But you're going to see yourself transforming. And through this transformation, you're going to see yourself in a new light. Now, this is where you get kind of caught up with other people and other things, and sitting there and saying, oh, why can't I be like this? And what's very interesting is that we start off with Sagittarius energy. And this is your sister sign within the zodiac. So with the Sagittarius energy, these are deep thinkers, these are questioners. You feel very drawn to this energy because you have so many questions, Gemini, and you dig so deep and you want to know so much, and you're looking for so much understanding and reason and power and purpose. With this energy here, though, this person is interested in the way that they're moving forward. But this is also a person who can sit there and they say they have the answers. We find these people all the time. I have the answer for you. You do what I do and you'll be happy and everything will be okay. But you're not them and they're not you. And so this can be a person that you're listening to. And because you have this mentality during this time of listening to everything, taking in everything, weighing everything, the this and the that being true, the understanding the different sides, this person will make you doubt yourself. And Gemini, you already have a tendency to doubt yourself. Like you'll already sit there and be like, well, I don't have all the answers. I don't know all the things. So I might not be right. Well, you just might be right. So sitting here and knowing something intrinsically, or listening to the way that it resonates within your soul, within yourself, that's a good way to deal with things. That's a good way to judge things. And that's a good way to kind of that's a good thing to use as your springboard to bounce off of. So a person is going to be making maybe a lot of logical sense, but it's still going to have you caged. And it's still going to make you feel like you're fighting something. And that's just not what you're here for. You're not here to feel like life is a constant battle against, the evil, the chaos, the this, the that. And you're going to sit there and say, why can't I enjoy my little part of the world? It might not be perfect. It might not be everything I ever dreamt it would be. And I still have ways to go. But why can't I sit there and say that I am blessed and I am special and I am a beautiful creation and I have stardust running through my veins. So there's something brilliant about me. And let that guide you forward. But again, there's going to be that creeping little thought that maybe I got it wrong. Maybe the suffering, the pain, the disappointment is supposed to be the path that we walk down. Not the acknowledgement of it, but the depth and the hurt of it. And only the darkness remains. And that's going to be something that's just not right. And I know it sounds so odd to say, like, you'll be drawn to that, because why would you be? But we get drawn to that all the time. Drawn to a person who sits there and says, this is the truth, this is the way you're supposed to be, and does it with anger. And this could also be somebody who's very emotionally manipulative. Will sit there and take your emotions and just say, you're wrong. And it's like, excuse you? But they're going to be very emotionally manipulative. I see this more as a female energy, though it can very well be a male energy too. But there is somebody here who's going to be they're going to be cruel. And I see it in that female way of being cruel rather than the male way of being cruel. So just be mindful of that, where it can be that kind of luring you in, making you feel safe, making you feel secure, and then cutting you at the knees. Because this is a person who very much likes gossip. This is a person who very much, is offering their truth to the world and filling up their cup with doubts and with fears and with other people's sorrows. And that's what I'm seeing here. So it's a very intense person. And then we have the Scorpio energy, the death energy. And there's a rebirth here that it's kind of like once you hit this person, once you're like in this vileness, and it can't even be that you're remembering somebody from your past and you're like, oh my gosh, that was them. Once you look at it, it's like you're going to be reborn. You're going to walk that higher sense of truth. But there's such a sense of secretiveness around them. There's such a sense of whispers and gathering up of information and sitting there and being like, well, I would never hurt you. I would never betray you. And then they do. And you're looking at them and you're like, why do I keep on trusting you? Like, or why do I trust people like you? Why do you keep on, like, this energy keep on coming into my life? So just be very mindful of that. It's a very secretive, very highly manipulative person who sits there and loves to just gather the information, gather the pain, gather the hurt, and then use it as a weapon. Sit there and look at your nature, and especially your nature during this time is going to be one of such inquisitiveness and such truth leading you forward. But yeah, don't take somebody else's truth as your own. As the Buddha said, question everything, even me. So do that. I love that quote, question everything. Even the Buddha himself. So we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is moving forward. The Six of Swords is looking at what you want, what you desire, and sitting there and saying, this is what I've gathered. This is what I've learned. And you're moving forward in a rather extraordinary way. It's because, we have a ship in the air. It's rather extraordinary. And even if you're just thinking of, in the image of the Rider-Waite Smith, Six of Swords comes forward. It's extraordinary to trust, to move forward. And there's this sense of divinity protecting you, you being that small child in the boat, and the sacred feminine, protecting you, the sacred masculine, guiding the ship forward. And that's going to be really where you're staying at this time. The sense of protection, the sense of love, the sense of healing is coming over you. And it's like, okay, how do I move to where I want to be? There's something extraordinary calling me forward, leading me, looking at my soul. Where is it that I want to be? How is it that I move forward? What is it that I desire? And also, how do I let go and take all this knowledge that I've accumulated and let it be a part of my life, a part of my soul, a part of myself, without questioning it too much, without sitting there and saying, oh my gosh, it's just too silly, or it's just too scary, I can't do this. It's time to move forward towards something that you've been thinking about for quite some time. It's also time to take the knowledge and let it walk with you Let it ruminate with you. Let it discover with you. It leads you here to the 5 of Wands. And I like that digression of the 6, countdown to 5. And the 5 of Wands is battle for the sake of battle. Now, you can be so used to battle. You can be so used to not feeling good. You could be so used to having to fight the addiction. You could be so used to having to argue with people all the times, or with your partner, or with, family and friends, that it's just second nature. It's like, I'm going to meet with opposition. Well, what if you step back and say, no, I'm not fighting with this. I'm not doing this. I am connecting with me. Meaning that when you look at the addiction, it's like, you're not the battle anymore. You are, Spirit is saying, a lesson. And I know that sounds so abstract and silly, because it is a lesson. It is a lesson, but it is also, a battle to sit there and break the hold and say, this is my life. But I really see this is what you're doing here with the 5 of Swords. It's a very beautiful image of like, enough is enough, and pushing away everything around you that has been just taking away your power, taking away your truth, taking away everything that is you. And it's like, no, I'm done. I'm so used to living in trauma. I'm so used to living in chaos. I'm so used to just holding my breath and waiting for the next shoe to drop. But I'm done. I'm done with my life being fear. Now my life is mine. And it's a powerful shift that you're going through, and it hits you very, very quickly. It's like, oh my gosh, this is how I need to move forward. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. It's that idea that can start to spark things, that can start to move you in a direction that you hadn't anticipated, where you're like, oh wow, what could this be? How could this be? Where is it that I want to be? What is it that I desire? And as you look at it, as you see it, as you open your heart and your truth to it, you open your heart and your truth to you, but you let the change come in, because divinity is like, ready or not, here it comes. Ready or not, it's time to move forward. And it might not seem at the time like moving forward. It might almost feel like you hit rock bottom, right? Where it's like, I just can't stay in this anymore. And if I stay in this anymore, I will lose me. And I will lose everything that is valuable about me. And that's where the justice comes in. That's why the change, it's like, jump now. It's like, just jump now and see what happens. Now, I'm not saying, quit your job, run away, join the circus, don't uphold your responsibilities. I am, a very firm believer in responsibilities. I think they shape us, they mold us, they pull us out of the darkness when we don't want to. When we, if it was just ourselves, would sit there and be like, well, I'm not getting out of bed today, but you have to, and so you do. And so here, the change starts coming forward, and it's like, oh, there's more out there. And it can be just little glimpses. It's kind of like fireflies, in the summer, where you sit outside and you get to watch the fireflies. You get to see this change. You get to see this beauty. You get to see this power. And you get glimpses at times, but you feel it very succinctly, very intensely within you. It's like that call for more. And it brings you to a place of justice. Justice. I always got confused with this card, because I always thought justice, like, the hammer is, brought down. It is justice. It is rule. It is law. And it's so much more than that. And it's so much more complex, because it's discernment. It's not saying this is the sweeping rule for everyone. It's saying this is what is right for you. Be discerning with the energy that you let in. Be just to yourself. Stop, sacrificing your words. Stop, sitting there and saying, oh, it's okay, when it's not. Be kind to you. Sit there and say, this matters, that doesn't. This is my power, this is not. And so as you move forward in this justice, as you move forward in this discernment, you start balancing your scales. And you start walking in your truth. It leads you to being divinely taken care of. It does, because you're connecting more and more with your angels. And what is it? Like, divinity is the creation of everything. And the angels are his messengers. And so here, it's those messengers of understanding, of, of what you desire, of balance, of your truth coming in. And it brings you into your heart with the 9 of Pentacles. Your heart here is crowned with prosperity and blessing and getting to enjoy it before you know there's more work to come. So there's something here where your heart is saying, this is what I want. This is the joy that I want you to be a part of. Today I was on a walk with my nephew, and I'm pushing the carriage and just listening to the birds and breathing the fresh air. Being in that moment was something to be cherished. And yet I knew, when we came back in the house, there was going to be more things that needed to be done, and attention was going to be needed, and work was going to need to be done, and everything like that. But the being in that moment, that was a time to treasure. So here, when we talk of the 9 of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be that it's this big thing, because I always think of things in big things, and I see that with everybody. We think of everything having to be big and all encompassing, and now I live in this glory for a time, and then, oh yes, I have to go back and I have to work. But the glory can be a little bit of time. It could be a walk. It can be sitting back and just putting your favorite music in your ear, or movie on, and just relaxing, just being, just enjoying, and knowing that yes, the work is going to come again. But your heart is saying, cherish these moments, embrace these moments, live in these moments, because you then have the 5 of Cups. Now you have the repeat of the number 5, which shows a completion of a cycle, and it also shows freedom coming forward. And the 5 of Cups has you looking at all the pain and all the disappointment you have been through. And when you start to say, but this is my joy, this is my glory, this is what I love, and this is what I want, and this is what I want to focus on. Yes, there will be pain. Yes, there will be suffering. Yes, there will be hardships and disappointments. But there is also beauty here that combats that. The 5 of Water, the 5 of Cups, shows us what has fallen away, shows us what we're missing, shows us what we doubt, shows us what we fear. But it also holds a very beautiful gift, because we can spend our whole lives, and we do, as human beings, we absolutely do. We spend so much time looking at what we've lost, or what we're not, or how we failed. And we don't turn around and see the 2 of Cups waiting for us. The Minor Arcana Lover's card. The healing, the beauty, the coming together. And that's where we need to focus. And so this is changing our minds and changing our lives. And in doing so, we raise our energy vibration. We sit there and we step into a deeper truth, a deeper understanding. And it brings you to being a warrior. It brings us to being a warrior here in a way, Gemini, that we don't usually think of ourselves as warriors. We sit here and we'll think of ourselves as thinkers. We'll think of ourselves as, everything else but warriors. But you're represented by the swords in the Minor Arcana, right? So the swords in the Minor Arcana, those are simply warriors. Those are the warrior king and queen. A sword is nothing else but a weapon. And so you can say, yes, okay, excuse me, you're represented by the Lovers in the Major Arcana. Well, that's the duality. That's the different paths that you can take. That's the wanting to walk in love. That's also wanting to keep everything very harmonizing, very copacetic, just very balanced and centered. And you will gladly, okay, and maybe not all the time gladly, but you will sacrifice yourself to keep everything else balanced, all right? Or to make sure everybody else is happy with you. And here with the Chariot, it's taking the reins of what you want, looking at things very openly, very honestly for yourself, and saying, I'm moving this forward. I'm going after what I desire. And it might very well be, because Spirit keeps on saying, to heck with everybody else. It is time for me to look at me, for me to look at my truth, to look at what I desire, to look at what I need, for me to open up that door. And with the Chariot, you are embracing this power, you're embracing this force, but you're also embracing the warrior king, the warrior queen within you, because pharaohs drove chariots, okay? Kings and queens in the ancient world, they drove chariots. Emperors and empresses drove chariots. This is a sign of status, and this is a sign of power and skill. and you're embracing that power and skill as you are looking at the blessings and as you're turning away from the negative that has ruled your existence for far too long. And now you're saying, I'm taking the reins. I'm controlling my subconscious and my conscious self as I move forward. And as I do so, I'm honoring the seeds that I have planted. I'm honoring the power that I have stepped into. I'm honoring the way that I've created the light within my life. And that becomes a beautiful truth. That becomes a powerful place to be. The Three of Pentacles will say that others will try to say, I did this for you. I did this. I'm the reason you're successful. Or I'm the reason why you're finding happiness. It's not them, it's you. And that's not egotistically speaking. That is saying that this is a world not based on, the support of anybody else, not based on, well, maybe the support is the wrong word, not based on anybody else but you. This is your world. This is your creation. This is your love. This is your joy. And you step into it with power, with grace, with determination, with brilliance. And others want to say, I did that. They want to take credit for who you are. Know in your heart, you created it. You walked through the fires. You were forged. You broke and built yourself back up. You walk in that truth. You are that truth. It leads you then to the Nine of Swords. In the public arena, you're facing nightmares. Nightmares, doubts, fears, angers, upsets. All right? And I know that's what nobody wants to hear. They want to be like, in the public arena, it's lollipops and gumdrops. But that's not the truth. Here, it is going to be that second guessing yourself. It's going to be the fear of, I'm going to make a mistake, that other shoe is going to drop, everything's going to fall apart. Don't you remember when? And your mind will pull it up because, Gemini, you are a thinker. All right? And if you let yourself, you can think yourself right into a hole, or you can think yourself into greatness, because you can start to kind of forge those pathways within your mind to say, I am a success. And I know that sometimes we're telling ourselves, I am a success. And you're sitting there and you're working a job that you hate, and you're just completely overwhelmed, and the world seems to be tinged with gray. It's true. That is a part of life. When you are moving into a spiritual awakening, when you're moving into embracing your world, your knowledge, your understanding, you are first held back. And you could be held back for years. You keep trudging along. You keep doing your best. You keep believing in yourself. You keep connection with divinity and your angels and your spirit guides. You will see that those chains that are holding you back, they start to break and you start to fly. The nightmares, they scare us. The doubts, the chaos, the fears, the what ifs, they hurt us. But what if we looked at the nightmare and instead of saying, you are my pain and my suffering and my hurt, and I don't know how to stop this, what if you looked at it and instead of fighting it, said, I see you. I see you, anxiety. I see you addictions. I see you fear. I see you disabilities. I see you. I see you broken heart. Why don't we talk? Why don't we connect? Why don't I give you a name? And see why you are trying to protect me so intensely. And how can I fly forward? It leads you then to learning how to pick your battles. Because so often, and especially in our world, everybody's angry all the time. And yes, there's plenty to be angry about. But to live in anger and hurt and fear and despair and yelling, that is not good. We look at the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is gathering up your knowledge, leaving some things behind, but also keeping some things to yourself. As you see what to fight and what not to. I mean, that's just coming through so powerfully here. It's like, what will I fight? And why will I fight it? And what will I leave behind? What will I say is, it's not worth it? What knowledge have I accumulated in my life? What hurt and pains and disappointments and people who have broken my heart do I still carry with me? Are they honing your blade? or are they dulling it? Sometimes you need to leave things behind. You need to say, enough is enough. I know what I stand for. I know why I stand here. It's nobody else's business but mine. And I embrace my truth because I embrace my wisdom. I embrace my guidance. And it leads you to slowly and steadily being a messenger, being a defender of your prosperity, of your abundance, of your bounty, of the way that you want to move forward, of the place that you want to be, of the wealth that you are calling into your life. Instead of building this quickly and saying, oh my gosh, it's miraculous. I don't know how I did it, but awesome. It's sitting there. It's kind of like, okay, so what Spirit is showing me is, wouldn't it be lovely to be one of those people who just had, so much money or just really hit it big when you're in your early 20s, right? Or when you're in your teens, those people that you read about that just, invented an app or something like that, and they have now hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And it's like, wow, that's really cool. And that's awesome. But there's something to be said for fighting for it. There's something to be said for being that person and, hunting down your dream and saying, I know this is the world I'm supposed to be living in. I know this is the truth that is supposed to be a part of me. And I'm stepping into my understanding. I'm stepping into my power because I've built this for so long. I've been building this for so long. And I know so much more now than I had ever known before. And the messenger of earth here is giving you those messages of prosperity. It's not too late. It isn't wrong. There's power here. There's bounty here. There's abundance here. Take it. Claim it. Because the Fool is you on your hero's journey. The Fool is calling forward wealth, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. The Fool is saying, I can walk this path. Others might not understand. No, they might not. But this is your path, it's not theirs. You understand your truth. You understand your passion. You understand your power. That's what you're embracing. And the Fool is opening up that door for you. The Fool is saying, here, leap. Leap, and you will be shocked at what you find. Will you fall? Absolutely. Does everybody fall? Absolutely. Even the most successful people who are riding these beautiful highs, they have bad, terrible days. They get sad. They get overwhelmed. So here, it's like, it's okay. It's time to own your hero's path. It's time to sit there and say, this is my truth. And this is my time. This is my glory. This is my joy. So you're rooted in going after your dreams. You're crowned with being terrified about it. So that battle will be going on intensely during this time. If you stay true, okay, to your dream. And if you talk to your fear, I know it sounds silly to say talk to your fear, but seriously, visualize your fear. Visualize the hurt, the pain, the disappointment that you have been through. Visualize what is holding you back. Just, even if you just see it as like this angry blob of, mucky color, or this pulsing red. Say, may I speak to you? If it says no, why? If it says, if it says no, if it builds up a wall against you, why? Because fear is our protective mechanism. It is. It's our fight or flight coming in and saying, I'm going to keep you safe. So obviously, you're afraid of whatever your cortisol levels are rising. It's bringing on fear. And your body thinks, oh my gosh, I'm being attacked. Like, oh my gosh, there is something super bad over there. It could be bears, could be wolves, could be whatever, could be tigers. I don't want to go there. Because that's how our brain is made, to keep us alive, to keep us from doing things that make us super afraid. Because why would you want to jump off a mountain? Why would you want to yell and there could be an avalanche? Those are the type of things that our brain goes to. Our primitive brain goes to those. Our brain here thinks, I don't want to speak in public. I don't want to, do X, Y, Z. I can't live that dream. What if I fail? What if everybody laughs at me? It's not the same as being eaten by a bear, right? But your brain doesn't know that. So talking to it, talking to the fear, understanding why, in one way or another, you are protecting yourself from what it is that you want the most, but what it is that is also causing you that anxiety. That's so important. We don't do that. We sit there and think, oh, I'm being stupid. Oh, I'm just overreacting. And that brings more fear because it brings shame. It brings guilt. And oh my gosh, then we just have like this beautiful sandwich of pain that we're eating and we're feeding ourselves. No, it's not good. Here, it's listening to that trumpet of success and of power and of saying, I can do this because I've worked so hard for it. It might not be the way that you exactly envisioned, but it is going to be something just astounding, just lovely coming in. And you know what? A lot of times divinity has planned for us something so much more beautiful than we could ever have had planned for ourselves. Okay, Gemini, February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. All right, and one bonus card, which I'm going to put right there until we make room for it. Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, you're crowned with the Nine of Pentacles over your heart, right? Your heart is crowned with the Nine of Pentacles. Now you have the Nine of Pentacles crowned in your inner self. Then you have you coming through as the Lovers. Your, the very essence of you shining forward. The Eight of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay. The world opening up to you. The Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Five of Pentacles, the poverty mentality. The Wheel of Fortune now is here, crowning you in the public arena. The Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. Justice. And your bonus card, the Seven of Cups, your dreams. Your dreams coming forward. Okay, I really like this. I really like this because it is reiterating everything that your main reading was saying. But there is such power here. There is such a way that the world opens up. It's like you find the key and everything's trying to knock you down at the knees to say, no, you can't go that way. It's like, keep on moving forward in your truth. Keep on saying, why not? Keep on looking at your power and embracing it. Because we have the Nine of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. As you take up your knowledge, as you, stop the fighting, as you sit there and say, no, I'm done. I'm done thinking that everything has to be a battle. What if, guys, what if we looked at the world and instead of saying, I want more, I want the bigger house, I want the fancier car, I want that job with that huge title. What if we said, I want less? I want to be calm and I want to be quiet. I want to be happy. The big house with a big mortgage, okay, that's one thing. What about a small house? What about a powerful way of moving forward? Instead of accumulation, it's quality of experiences and dreams and loves and joys. What if that's where bounty was? Here we have gratitude. Gratitude for the harvest gotten, the knowledge coming in, the power moving you forward. Gratitude to open up your world, your existence, your soul, and yourself. And so here, there's power, there's beauty, there's truth. There's hard work, yes. There's celebration, and yes, there's going to be more hard work. But what if, instead of looking at the world and saying more, we said stop. What is the most important thing to me? What do I truly need, I truly want, I truly value? And then letting that be part of your truth, trying it out. I'm not saying like, you go and buy a whole bunch of land and, set yourself in the middle of it and you've never farmed a day in your life, because my gosh, is that hard work and totally hard. But it's looking at things and saying, what is it that puts me into alignment with me instead of with the competition of this world? Because maybe you're done. Maybe you're done living life as a competition and you want to live life as a joy, as this beautiful experience, because you have here the essence, there we go, of you coming forward. And the lovers, as as Divinity said before, you're represented by the lovers, right? You have this ability to love, these choices to be made, this duality of understanding. But you also have this beautiful drive to have people love you, which is wonderful. Sitting there and saying, I want to be a powerful influence within the world is beautiful. But at the expense of you, that's not okay. It's looking at your love, your harmony, your passion, and saying, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? What is it that I desire? What is it that I'm looking for? What is it that I love? Because life starts to change towards what you love. And then we have the Eight of Swords coming in. This is resistance to the justice, to the balance. There's going to be your mind saying, oh no, I can't do this. I can't have this. This isn't for the likes of me. Do you not know how many times I failed? Do you not know how old I am? Do you not know how, do you not know that I'm just not good enough? That's what our mind says. Do you realize that I'm not worthy for XYZ? We'll list all the reasons and we'll keep on giving them. We know all our secrets. Why? Why this failure before mean that you have to continue to live in failure, doubt, fear, and anger? No, you're done. You're looking at the cage that you were in. The cage that we put ourselves in, that the world puts us in, that, makes us strive and strive and strive and never truly enjoy. And it's like, I'm done with this. I'm going to be just to me. I'm going to be discerning to me. And it starts to open up your world. This is motivation. It's like, what is going to motivate you? What do you want your world to be? How do you want your world to be? When you look back, do you want it to be a lifetime spent with laughter and love, joy and beauty? Or was it always working towards the next goal, the next goal, the next goal, and never being satisfied? What if we told the world to stop? And we said, I am the key. I am the celebration of prosperity. I have the power to change my perception. I am walking forward. What if you did that? What if you looked at the world and instead of seeing it as this scary, overwhelming place, you saw it as a world filled with opportunities, filled with dreams, filled with blessings? And you walk through that door, embracing something magnificent, embracing your life. And you become a student of your passion, a student of your fire, a student of how to keep the light going. So I know this is an interesting comparison, but Divinity is showing me the Vestal versions of Greece. Or was it Rome? It was Rome. And they had to keep the flames going. And they dedicated their whole lives to keeping the flames within Rome going. And what if we are to learn to be students of keeping the flame within us going, keeping that sacred light within us burning, keeping ourselves moving forward in that truth, in that understanding, in that passion, in that being? What if that was our goal? What if that was our purpose? And we carved out time for that every single day. It could be through meditation. It could be through going for a walk. It could be through, cooking a meal, whatever it is that you love to do that makes you feel completely and utterly alive, connected, at harmony with yourself, that raises up your energy vibration, that makes you feel more invigorated than lowering it, making it feel like you're walking through sewer sludge. Because you're riding that chariot, you're honing your skills. You are a person of notice and prestige, following your path. What if you kept that light going? What if you became a student, again, of your passion? The Five of Pentacles, this is poverty. Everything that you worked so hard for. This is the sense of, I don't deserve it. This is a sense of, I can't be prosperous. This is a sense of being raised in poverty. Now, it might not have been done on purpose, and it might have. You might have had a parent that just belittled you, or whomever raised you, just belittled you, just beat you down. Just, every time you tried to succeed, you tried to make them proud, you tried to do something that you thought, oh wow, look, you'll finally be happy. It was never enough. The Five of Pentacles is the poverty that we carry with us. We can be rich and still poor. It's like how you can be skinny and still fat. If you listen to those things or read those articles, and it's like fat skinny, and it's like, what the heck is this? So here, it's looking at things, and it's knowing that you can be. You can be rich. You can have all the money in the whole entire world, and still poor inside. Still unhealthy within yourself. Still always seeking the next thing. The Five of Pentacles. Well, this is that attitude of, I don't get to have prosperity. I don't get to have bounty. Again, it is my addiction. It is my, it is my education level. It is my lack of drive. It's my lack of focus. It's, the money goes in, the money goes out. I never. Enough. It's enough with the hurt and the pain. Getting to decide your future. The prosperity comes. But you have to let that light shine. You have to know that you have worked hard and done good. Even if you've messed up, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, man, I really messed up. And I can't possibly ever get to where I wanted to be. You let divinity guide you. You sit there and you say, I'm putting into the world. I'm putting that energy into the world. And it will take time. But I will get that payoff, that bounty back. Not in the way that I think of it. Not in the way of mansions and sacks of money just falling at my doorstep. But in a way that I get to be wealthy, prosperous, bountiful within my life. Be done. Just be done, Gemini. Being on the outside looking in. Embrace the doors of your truth. Swing them open. And step into your prosperity, your wealth, your abundance. It doesn't mean castles and fancy cars. It could mean a cottage, and good walking shoes. The prosperity comes, and it gets to be the prosperity that carries into every aspect of your life. The Wheel of Fortune, things are changing. You're entering into a new season. I wasn't expecting this reading at all. This is beautiful, Gemini. You're entering into a new season. It's time to stop the nightmares. You've gathered up what you need. Know when to fight. Know when to walk away. Okay? Choose your battles wisely. Because this is fate. Each season we enter into is fate. Is guided by divinity. Is out of our control. Have you ever noticed that when you fight something the most, it's when the change just keeps on coming. You can't stop it. Though you've tried and tried and tried. You could have, dedicated years upon years of your life to trying to stop the change. But the change still came. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is a change of seasons. This is a change of power, a change of understanding, an opening of your truth. It leads you to the Three of Swords. It leads you to looking at that heartbreak, that pain and disappointment, and saying, no. You don't get to define me. You don't get to rule me. It's naming it. Just like in the public arena, where you were, when you were crowned, or with you being crowned, with the Nine of Swords, you had to name that fear. See that fear, look at it and say, you don't get to rule me. Here, it's looking at that heartbreak, that disappointment, that those things that happened in life that just cut you at the knees, that just left you kind of like open-mouthed going, how did I deserve this? Like, why did this happen? And looking at it, instead of it being your anger and your fear and having the hatred, look at it and say, I see you. I see the person I was before this. I see the person I was after this. I see the person I am now healing and striving to be. And I will not be cut down. And I will not be made less. It brings you to justice. It brings you to balance. It brings you to a greater understanding. As you begin your hero's journey, as you are discerning about the energy that you let into your life, the people that you let in, the foods that you let in, the drink that you let in, the knowledge that you let in, it's balancing the scales. It's embracing your truth. And it leads you to the Seven of Cups. It leads you to your dreams coming forward. It leads you to looking at your dreams, and instead of keeping them hidden away, it's time to bring them out. Even if it has you walking down a road that you think, oh, well, that could be cruel to somebody. Like, what if I tell my story? And telling my story means that, certain people are painted in unfavorable lights because that's who they are in your story. Doesn't mean you don't tell it. No, it means you do tell it. Don't hide away. Don't hide your gifts. Don't stay in pain, in fear of hurting somebody else. Speak your truth. Let your truth walk you forward. You're changing. You're becoming. You're opening up your world and your eyes to something exquisite. Let your dreams live. Let your dreams be that beautiful part of you. And let it carry your soul to new heights and new understandings. Let your dreams forward. Let's look at what your spirit animals have to say. Gemini, February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. February 16th to the 28th, 2021, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, we're going to do these ones right here. This is what Spirit's saying. The Wombat Spirit, be at home. Be at home within your skin. Be at home within your dreams. Be at home within your truth. Be at home. The Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Especially for you, Gemini, your words are so terribly important. Watch your words. Watch the blessings and the curses you speak over yourself. Watch the words that are said silently within your head. Watch your words. See your world come forward in a way that is astounding, because you are giving the proper power to your speech, the proper power to your words, because your words, Gemini, are astoundingly powerful. We then have the Horse Spirit. Freedom is yours. That's what you're working so hard towards. That's what you're focusing on, your freedom. And your freedom is yours. Take that step. Begin that journey. Be just and kind to yourself. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. And they are. We look for big firework miracles. Those are the ones that we like within our lives. But they're the small little miracles. They're the warm, sunny days, and they're the children's laughter, and they're your dogs wagging their tail when you come home. They're a million tiny things. They're finding, the first crocuses. It's the crocuses. Yeah, coming up in spring. It's winter turning to spring. It's the change of the seasons. It's the night and the day. It's our lungs working, our bodies working. It's all these things. They're all miracles. Let us start treating them as such. brings you to your subconscious person message, which is the King of Swords. This is you. You're fierce. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're knowing your mind, where you stand. Again, you're represented by the swords in the minor arcana. You are the king of fierceness, of determination, of spirit, the king that says, I fight. You're the warrior king. You fight in your truth. And your greatest weapon is your words. That's why the parrot spirit is saying, watch your words. Watch your words. Watch the way that you speak forward your destiny. Your subconscious chakra message is holistic health, which is one of my favorite cards. This is the root chakra. This is looking at your natural holistic self, saying, who are you? Take away the layers of what you're supposed to be to everybody else. Okay, what the world wants you to be. Who are you? Your holistic truth. This is also going back to or embracing a more natural way of being. Natural way of eating, natural way of drinking, natural way of fueling your body and having yourself be in alignment. Getting out into the sun. The sun is so important. Even though we're told to hide away from it. And letting prosperity come forward within you. Because you're healing. You're healing to be at your best, at your most powerful, at your most glorious. It moves you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the 9 of water, the 9 of cups. Blessings and wishes come true. Subconsciously, you're going to know that they're coming. Consciously, you're not even aware. Others will be aware much more than you. But joys and beauty and wishes and power is coming forward. There's a shift. You're coming close to a beautiful revelation. You're coming close to like a breaking out of your shell in such a profound way. And I would not be surprised if this time is just, this is such a catalyst time to so much change, to so much power, to so much truth, that I would not be surprised that after this time, or even during this time, you're not the same. And it's all for, it's for the better. Even if you're going through a dark night of the soul, even if you're sitting there and you're saying, Dane, you don't know how hard my path has been. That's true. But when you look at what is truly important, you'll start to see that there will be blessings that come forward in little tiny ways. Gather up your miracles. Be like a little kid walking, picking up pebbles, saying, oh, look how beautiful they are. And you're looking at them, and you're like, they're rocks. They're beautiful. They're treasures to them. We forget to look at the daily treasures. It leads you to go deeper into that subconscious message, the hangman. You don't see things the same way as everybody else. You might feel like you're in limbo. That's true. But you're not wrong. You're not being held in limbo for punishment. There's almost a sense of others have to catch up to the way that you see things, to the power that's coming forward. Or that you need to kind of look at things a little bit differently. And then the sense of being stuck falls away. And the power and the blessings change it all. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy. As you embrace the essence of yourself, as you move forward in love and duality of spirit, and as you raise your face towards the sun, towards the glory, towards blessings, towards truth, and find that bounty is a part of you. And you hold on to your happiness, no matter how it manifests within this world, as long as it comes from a place of love and kindness, compassion and peace. Walk your bliss and let it forever guide your heart. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini.